good afternoon and welcome to another Careful Carping episode 31 today, and we're back down Kingsbury Water Park, Pine Pool. It's been about 3 weeks now since I've last been here, so it's great to be back down on the bank. Complete contrasting weather since I was last down here. Last time we was covered in rain and probably only had about 2 hours break. Today we've got complete glorious sunshine and it's very, very muggy. I've pulled up on the car park today after work at about 1:15, and there's a fair few cars on. There's about 7 or 6 cars on the car park. I've had a quick look in reed swim, which is the one I've been producing in recently, and there's an angler fishing in there. But when I did pull up on the car park, in the bay behind reeds, there's a few fish milling around on the surface. So I've come straight round to the first pay cup, which I found vacant, which is a complete bonus, and I've jumped straight on top of the fish. Probably been fishing for them now about half hour. Obviously, since it's warm, got one rod on the zig, fishing right where I've been watching them patrol, and there's a nice left-hand reedy margin, so I've shoved the bottom bait on there with a couple of handfuls of PP60s over the top. Very, very weedy down there, though I was warned when I cast around down there, and it wasn't lying, it is really weedy down there. So fishing a 1 ounce lead, same as normally do, combi rig foam, and hopefully the rig will just settle nicely on top of the weed and won't pull in for the carp to find. A few ducks have been down there and already picked up a hook bait, so definitely the hook bait is sitting on the top. I've recast it just to make sure it's all sitting correctly after the ducks touch it, and it's alright. I've still got carp swimming in front of me, so I haven't caused too much of a disturbance. Everyone who fishes on here and has watched my videos and knows about this lake always tells me it kicks off on the evening, so hopefully I'm going to see evidence of that tonight. I managed to land one out of here. It's a lovely looking place today, and it just looks right for a bite with all the carp in front of me. Well, I say all the carp, a couple. So yeah, I'm going to be fishing here till about 10 o'clock tonight, I think, and pack up, get home, have dinner and go to bed ready for work again tomorrow morning. So I've never actually fished down here till late before, so this will be my first time, and I really hope to make a good one of it. One fish on the bank will do for me today, to be honest with you, just the one. A proper nice carp will be most welcome in my landing net. We'll have to see how it goes. There's a good chance of me blanking, but I'll have to play it by ear. So I'm going to sit back, watch the water, see what I can see what the fish are doing, and get a cup of tea. I'll catch you in a bit. Well, it's 4:15 now, and just had an absolute belting run on the left hand rod. Standing here with a couple of lads, and off it's ran straight to the rod, line's peeling off the reel, and as I picked it up I looked over the spot with a massive commotion, and I've had a duck. There's a duck flying around the surface. Luckily I've never actually hooked a duck before, but because there's a couple of lads with me, they managed to help me and show me the right way to unhook a duck in the unfortunate events when you do actually unhook one. So I'm a lot better off, so if I ever unfortunately do hook one again, I know how to get it. So bit of a shame, but the duck went back pretty quickly, shot straight back off to its group, and no damage caused. It did show that my rig's working though, and it's fishing effectively on the spot, but I flipped the rod back out on there and away we go. I've still been flicking the other rod round on the zigs where I keep seeing the carp moving around. I've been told there's more carp up on one of the other bays, but I should have probably had a better look around when I got here. But there's a few anglers in there now, so I can't even move on to them, as it will probably be me casting over their lines, and I really don't want to do that. There's still a few carp in front of me, so I still remain quite hopeful, although not 100% confident, and I've got a good chance of blanking today, I do feel. But you never know, it only takes a couple of seconds for a carp to pick up my hook bait and run off, so I'll have to see how it goes. It's still 4:20, so the sun's right up in the air, sky sorry, and it's really, really warm still, so they are cruising and lethargic, but I hope as the evening kicks in over the last couple of hours, like they did at Barton the other week, the temperature drops a little bit, so do they, and they get on the munch, and we have a couple of fish. I heard one fish come out earlier, 16 pounds something, and supposedly a linear, so I've never seen any pictures of a linear in here, so if I do manage to come across that photo, it'll be really nice. But as I say, £16, it's a fair play to him, and I'm sure we'll have a couple more. So hopefully it'll be my turn next and we can have a carp out to show you for the camera. So I'm going to carry on drinking a cup of tea, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, then the left hand rod's just shot off, and I've got a carp in the net just down here, recuperating in the margin. Lovely common again, taking on my faithful combi rig, absolutely buzzing. So just get it onto the mat, get a wade. Look at that for a fat common, £17 4 ounces. It's got no anal fin, which is quite odd, but an absolutely smashing looking common carp. Really fat thing, taken on my left hand rod. PP6s doing the business yet again. Get in. Well, completely made up with that. £17 4 ounces in the net. Cracking little run. absolutely shot off. As I said earlier, it's very, very weedy down there, so it got a load of weed around it, and was a bit of a struggle to get her in. It felt like an absolute dead weight. Didn't give much of a fight, to be honest with you, but that could be down to it having no anal fin and a very small tail, and able to make it kick very hard. But it still managed to give a good run. Pulled the line out, the line clip on the rod, and absolutely shot off, tightened the line up pretty quickly. Again, taking on the faithful PP6s, tipped with that hinders and buric acid and pineapple pop-up. They're really getting onto them PP6s in here now, feeding them every time I come down, and it's the 3 sessions in a row now been able to catch. I'm even more ecstatic, to be honest with you, because I'm not fishing the reed swim. As I'm happy that I've caught out of that swim now, and it's known as the flyer. So I was hoping to test my skills a bit more and get somewhere else in the lake, and see if I can produce anywhere else. Although sitting here earlier, I wasn't overly confident. I just didn't think it was going well for me. Had a few hiccups earlier, snapping leg clips and whatnot, getting into all sorts of messes. So I just felt like it's going to be one of them sessions, but it's all come together now. And after a few bad hiccups, we managed to get one in the net, and away we go. There's still fish visiting the area, which I'm chuffed with. I've put a good couple of pouchfuls of boilies back over the top for them to feed on. So there's always a good chance of it going off. It's 6:30 now, so I've still got a couple of hours left, and we shall see what happens. As I said, it's really, really weedy down there, so fishing a very light setup is the way to go. And I've had a few requests for people to see my rig, but I didn't want to keep the rod out of the water too long. I wanted to get it back on the spot ASAP. So tomorrow, after work, I'll film a bit, go through my rig and whatnot, and I'll edit into this video, just so I don't waste any time with the rod out of the water, and can maximise my fishing time, and hopefully catch another one. Very nice colours on it too, which made it good. Fortunately, no one was around to do photos, so I hope it comes out alright on the camera. I'm pretty sure it'll be alright and good enough for what we want. So yeah, I'm going to get back, carry on watching the water, and hope for another fish, and I shall see you in a bit. Right then, as you can clearly see, I'm at home now, so now's the perfect opportunity to take you to my rig, and then we'll get back into the video. Right then, as you can see right in front of me, we've got the rig laid out. I've only just started fishing leaders, as I think it'll be a good boost to my fishing. Now I've started fishing slatlines a lot more, so I've opted for the Nash Klingon leader. It's pretty new, and I've only used it over my last 2 sessions. Both sessions I've actually caught using it, and yeah, so pretty happy with that stuff. It's done the deed, and we go straight down to a standard leg clip system. Now, because we're fishing in heavy weed, and most of the lake is weedy, we've just got a small 1 ounce flat pair lead, as light as if I can get away with. No need to be casting at any sort of distances, so that's perfect for the job, and it settles nicely on top of the weed instead of a big heavy lead pulling through. Then we've got just a standard anti-tangle sleeve down here, straight to some IQ2 from Corda. That's just basically the fluorocarbon, pretty stiff. Does the deed, and it just kicks the bait away on landing. And here we've just got a nice blob of putty right about there. Underneath there is an Albright knot, as I've said before. Straight here is about 1 inch of combi rig. You can obviously have that length of braid as long as you want. Just I'm not too good at tying combi rigs and end up with about 1 inch left. But it's all I've been doing, and it's been doing the deed. And obviously we come straight down to the hook. I've gone from a size 8 to a size 6 hook now, just because I've had a few runs using the size 8 hooks, and I've missed a couple and they're not hooked up, so I thought by switching to a stronger hook and a bigger hook, that we might be able to put more fish on the bank. So every run I've had so far has been put on the bank. And then we go straight down to the proper business end, is the PP60s, 15 millers, lovely colour, smells tremendous. And then we just tip that off with a 12mm buric acid and pineapple pop-up from Hinders. Does the deed, put me a few fish on the bank as of recently, and I've got a lot of confidence using that, fishing it anywhere and over weed. Obviously when I cast it out though, I do put some PVA foam over the hook just to protect it from any weed that is in there, and we can not obscure the hook point, ready so it's fishing as soon as I cast out. So that's the rig I've been using, that's what's been producing. Let's get back to the video. Well, starting to lose the light now. It's coming to 9 o'clock, so I'm going to start packing down now. I'm in the middle of a slow pack down. I'm going to get off, I think. Not a lot's happened since that last fish. I mean, I've had a couple of blips on the one rod, which is probably a liner, but fish just haven't been showing themselves at all since I had that last fish. Since I've had it, it seems like everything's been spooked off and there's nothing around no more. So yeah, bit of a shame really, but I've had 1 fish out of here. I've only come here every time for 1 fish, so completely made up with that. Absolutely buzzing. Nice fish as well. It was bigger than the last couple I've had out of here, so it was a good size. Absolutely chill. Second biggest con I've ever had as well, £17.4. Biggest one I've had, you know, £19.14. But yeah, also this video actually marks 2 years of blogging. It's just gone now. 2 years of blogging. It's the 11th of June. I first uploaded my video to YouTube in 2011. Just them 2 years ago. Time's absolutely flown since I did that. Can't believe it's been the whole 2 years. But for those who have followed me from just about 2 months ago to last week and to from 2 years ago, I thank you guys a lot. It's been great pleasure making these videos, and I'm glad that everyone enjoys it. I've always had great response from it. As we've seen, my progress as fishing has changed dramatically. Had a great couple of years doing it. I mean, at the start, I'm happy to say I was a complete noddy, fishing very bad rigs, fishing ineffectively, but over the years I've getting there, and thanks to all the comments I've had on YouTube. I mean, I've had all sorts. I remember one on episode 7, someone mentioned about me casting when I was at Willersley, just saying it looks like I'm casting but not actually feeling the lead down, so I got hold of that. Now I feel like I can cast confidently and know exactly what my lead's landing on, and just little comments like that. Fish care. I mean, I used to stand up with fish, not going to deny that. Used to stand up with them, and then everyone was like, oh, you can't stand up with fish, it's dangerous. Seeing their point of view, and don't stand up with fish no more for the fish's safety. So I've learned a lot over the last couple of years, and I've been able to catch small fish from £3–4 up to now £20, and fishing difficult lakes with a lot better, nicer fishing like this one, and now getting some joy. Also, a lot of thanks to Pyramid Baits and Hinders for taking me on and working alongside with them. Great baits, and I've been getting along great with them, as you've seen in my videos, and they've put me plenty of fish on the bank, so I thank them for their support as well. And for every single subscriber I got, it's about 527 subscribers today, something around that mark, and I appreciate every single one of them and every single view that I have got. So yeah, I'm going to pack it up now anyway, and here's to another 1 year of blogging, and we'll see where we'll be this time next year. So yeah, tight lines, and I'll be out next week. I'm not sure where I am next week. I'm either going to do a full day session down here, or I'll be down the pit. The pit's just reopened last weekend on June 15th on the night, so June 16th effectively, and on the first day of the season we had a new lake record of £26. Fish turned up. We actually thought it was dead. Hasn't been out since 2011, I don't think, November. Ed from the Carp blog was last to have that out at £24–25 something. Hasn't been since, and the owner Andy has just had it at 26, so buzzing with that it's still alive. And yeah, so hopefully we'll be back down there and be able to get my first decent original out of there. So yeah, we'll see where I am next week. I'll catch you on the bank sometime. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please click the like button, subscribe, comment, do the usual, and I'll see you next time. Tight lines. Oh, gutted isn't the word. Literally just had my last 2 rods lying on the floor, and everything packed away apart from the landing net and landing mat. And I sat there watching a couple of spots and thought, just not going to happen. So I started to get the one rod in, got the one rod in on the bank, started taking the lead off and the rig off, and all of a sudden the right hand rod has burst into life, and the clutch has gone absolutely screaming on it. The Delkins were in the bag, so it was just lying on the floor, and off she rocketed. Unfortunately, by the time I got to the rod, because I was fishing close to an overhanging tree, the fish had already gone under the tree and snagged me up, and after about 20 seconds of trying to get the fish out, the line snapped. So I'm absolutely gutted about that. Felt like a half decent fish. I mean, it's hard to tell what you got on when it's only on 20 seconds and it's snagged in the tree. You don't know what weight you've got of the fish and what weight you got the snag, but so gutted I didn't manage to land it. That's the first fish I've lost here properly, I think, that I've definitely hooked up into. So yeah, gutted ain't the word there, but you never know, you can't catch them all. But it just shows the point of fishing safe rigs and drop off leads on weedy and snaggy lakes, because now that fish will be sitting there with just the hook and the little rig in its mouth. Now there'll be no lead towing behind it because it's drop off lead, as you have seen in the video when I've gone through my rig. And yeah, so hopefully that fish will discard that rig and that hook as soon as possible. So yeah, not the best end of the session, but still happy nonetheless with that one I had earlier. Very nice common. So just driving home now and go get something to eat. So until next time, I'll see you later. This lovely common again, weighing just over £12, 2 ounces. Cracking common. Thought it would be much bigger than that, to be honest with you. Give it a nice account for itself.
Never forget.